Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Hello and welcome to the Iron Lung welcome to the Iron Lung podcast with me, Leo.
Me, Aspage.
And me, Leoff. And today we're kindly joined by the one and only Scott Jenno from Seasons and Northwest Barbecue.
How you doing?
Seasons, big up.
Seasons, the fucking best metalcore band in the Northwest that never came to be. Slyly supported Chelsea Grin. Did you support Chelsea Grin in the end?
No.
Who was it you supported?
We were going to support While She Sleeps. We agreed to it and then realised that the drummer was in Thailand. No, I was in Thailand. The drummer was in America. We couldn't do it.
What was you doing in Thailand?
Out with the boys.
Practicing Muay Thai?
Out with the boys.
So-
Out in Thailand with the boys. You can take that as you will.
Picking up some Daves and taking them back to the room.
They were there with 4 boys but went back to the room with 6, you know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of
They weren't
in
boys when they
Thailand.
went back to the room, but they were when they fucking got the
Yeah, when they left. Fucking hell. So, obviously, start every episode with Beer of the Week. We've got 2 this week. Scott's kindly brought some bevs of his own, and we've got a Faith in Futures from Northern Monk, because you know we like Northern Monk here at the Iron Lung podcast. So we're going to divvy that between us just slightly in a minute. But I want to hear the story about Pacifico, because I've never had Pacifico before, but from what we've had already, quite a nice little beer, right?
Quite a tasty little, what is it,
Quite
a lager?
Yeah, it's just a lager, basically. First time I ever went to Mexico, they put like beers in your fridge in the hotel room. And I went in, I was like, what is this shit? Like, in a brown bottle, it's got Burr writing on it. Don't know what any of it says. It's all in Spanish, you'll be able to read it. And like, had one, and I think it might be more nostalgia than anything, because every time I go out and they've got it in a bar, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Josh Clark, he hates it. He fucking hates it. He's
Really?
like, it's the worst beer ever.
It's really
I'm
not.
like, it's so refreshing.
I'd rather, like, if I've only got a choice of lagers and there's like Stella and Carlin and Foster's lined up in one of these, I'm picking one of these.
Yeah,
It's super
100%.
refreshing.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
like Corona with a little more taste to it.
Typical gassy as shit though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Fucking it's
super
very
gassy.
There's a couple of lagers that I still really enjoy, like Lost Lager being one of them by Brewdog.
Yeah.
Elodie's a massive fan of it, and she drinks it like quite frequently. Obviously when we're together, and that's quite a nice lager. But this is fucking on the upper echelon, 100%. It's a
And that's
lovely
Super
little
cheap
lager.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, I went in Spa today. I'd never go in Spa.
Yeah.
What are you on about? You live there?
You get your Wi-Fi from Spa, bro. And they had Pacifico. I've never seen it in there before, so I'll buzz in.
Where
No,
else?
I've never seen it anywhere.
No, I've never seen it
Catch
before
me
ever.
in Tesco Spa every day.
Getting Pacificos. Where else would you get it from then?
I got it in lockdown because I was fucking poor as fuck. And I couldn't afford crafties. And my mum and dad used to like treat me to some crafties from Tap Select. They're like, oh, you've
If
like...
you do the washing up, we'll
You've
get you
been a
some
good
beer.
boy this
Hey,
week.
well, I was making the tea every night at home because like it's awkward because I'm still at home. And then like I can't pay my board because I've got no money. This is when COVID stopped me from doing my job, by the way. I'm not just a bum. So like my mum and dad proper enjoy my cooking. So I was cooking every night, and then they was like, oh, order some beers from Tap Select, we'll pay for them. But with what little money I had, that was like slowly withering away, I still had to drink beers.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I can't be like sober for a year. It's not happening. So like I got sponsored ad. I think it was Beer Hawk, and it was like 30 bottles of Pacifico for like 25 quid.
Go
I
on,
was
then.
like, yes,
That's
big
fucking sick.
crate of beer turned up at my house, and I lived off Pacificos for the entirety of lockdown.
Do you know once, right, it was Christmas, and I just moved jobs, so I didn't have a lot of money at the time. And I ordered some beers from Beer Hawk, right? And it slyly came from Yodel. And you know what Yodel's like?
Oh my
fucking
God.
Fucking
wankers.
yeeting it
I
Absolute
feel like
wankers.
I have the same story as you about
Yeah,
this.
probably. And they was like, oh, we're delivering it today. And then it never came. And you know my house, there's fucking loads of people in my house. There's always someone in there was like, oh, nobody was in, couldn't deliver it. So I got on, they said, well, sending it back.
Literally about 60 of you that live
Exactly, yeah. And then so they was like, oh, sending it back to the supplier.
Bro, the
So
same thing happened
yeah,
to me.
and they fucking went, nah, they're all broken, we can't send them back. And they wouldn't even refund me.
Bro, this happened to me. So I was going to like a barbecue, and like this is like pre-Tap Select, and I was like, fuck, it's Thursday. I want the beers for Saturday. Beer Orc, like I've never used them before, but go on. So I ordered like 30 odd quid worth of beer. I paid for next day delivery, and it said it would have come on the Saturday. It cost me £7.95 extra,
Fucking
and I was like, go to
spenny.
barbecue, so I want the beers. And Saturday rolls around, man, but I get stuff delivered to the shop because there's always people at the shop.
Yeah.
And got a text message. Yodel tried to deliver your parcel. No one was there. I'm like, there's 6 people in a barbershop, bro. Anyway, they sent them back to Beer Org, and Beer Org said they refunded me, but it sat still to this day in a PayPal pending account. It was like 40 odd quid, bro. And I'm just sick of trying to get it. So
yeah. They
It's
just
just
like
there.
I did the
It's
same.
just vibing.
I spent 3 months speaking to people from Yodel, speaking to people from Beer Hawk, and they would just speak to Yodel. No,
you
speak
managed
to Beer
to
Hawk.
speak people from Yodel. I didn't know people existed.
Well, it was more like one of them people you speak. Do you know when you go on the website and it's like, oh, speak to someone, and it's just an automated like fucking geezer,
Yeah,
like
it's a shit live chat.
yeah,
Like 4 options
yeah,
to choose from.
and it just kept going back and forth, and I thought, fuck this, I'm never buying from Beer Hawk again. But then I got my dad, all my brothers and sisters put together, and we got him one of them perfect draft things. Fucking class, by the way.
It?
Yeah, it's fucking well good. Just like we was like at Christmas, like bashing Cali Pale that came from like the draft, and it tastes bang on. Like I've had a couple of them before. Like my brother had a Croots machine, and you tend to find the first couple of good, and then you get to the drags, it's like shite. But all the way through the perfect drafts, class, well good. But
do you not have to pour like 2 or 3 pints?
Nah, instantly good.
Beer.
The first one's quite lively, to be fair, but the rest of it's bang on, like super good. Because you have to get directly from Beer Hawk because they're the only stockists of it now.
Are they the Torp things? Or was they were called like beer Torps? That might have been the Krups one.
I think that was the Crux one because they came in like ones that kind of slightly look like bottles, like, but they were just a bit shy, and they've got loads of different ones with the Krups, and they're quite a lot better. But the perfect draft ones, like obviously partnered with Tiny Rebel and stuff, so you get some good ones on there. We've had some decent ones from there to fair. They've been
some
good.
decent beers on them because my uncle had a Krups one, and like the best you could get was Heineken. I'm just like, well, this is fine.
yeah, it was fucking Heineken.
But now we've got Tap Select, so
yeah,
pay delivery.
Yeah, he just drops it off for us. It's easy dubs, mate.
Kicking about in his little red van.
It's easy claps, mate. He's
the real milkman.
He's the Messiah, mate. He's the absolute Messiah. We can't go on episode without speaking about Many because they have very nicely official sponsored us. I was speaking to him over there, and he was like giving us some feedback on podcasts and stuff, and I was like, it was dead nice, like, and he was like, yeah, by all means you can like.
It's not like he's gonna sue us, is he?
Nah, because he watched the first episode, mate. He knew what had happened if he tried to sue me. He knows, mate. I'd take him to court, two-face. I wouldn't be messing, mate. He'd have, yeah. To be fair. Question I have for you, Scott, is music related. Yeah. Obviously, you're a big music fan. Quite similar music taste to me and Joe. In every sense of the word, like horrible hip hop and fucking.
Yeah, even outside of like metal, which usually brings people together, and then I like other genres.
But even still, like we quite. Yeah, but even still with it, you're still quite similar in music taste to both of us. I wanted to ask. So imagine you're on a desert island. Right? You're chilling, mate. You're kind of looking like a bit like what's that film called where he loves the basketball thing? What's that?
It's that Tom Hanks one. Isn't
it? Castaway. So imagine you're doing them sort of deal, right? There's like sort of like birds behind you and shit. They're trying to kill you, but you're just chilling on beach, right, with your iPod Classic and that. What's like? Not just an EP that's already been made, but like a 5-track EP you could make yourself from any song ever.
Okay, like a mixtape.
A 5-track mixtape.
Have I got one of these like clip-on iPods from back in the
day?
Yeah. You get like 2 songs on it.
Yeah. But you've slightly got 5. They've niced you. You know what I'm saying?
You're splashed out for the bigger memory.
It's super
not like our memory cards.
Because like you have like your all-time favorites that sometimes like I'll go a year without listening to like one of my favorite tunes, and then like new music takes over and you listen to that constantly. It's hard to differentiate like what would you pick, something that you like now or like something that you buzzed off ages ago.
It's a difficult question. That it's a really interesting concept as well, because like Sempiternal is my all-time favorite album, but I don't even think I'd say it's my favourite Brim of the Horizon album. No. In a weird way, but I don't know, it's a weird way to think about it. But
I'd have to choose an Avenged Sevenfold song.
Obviously.
It'd probably be Save Me, which not many people have heard because it was like a bonus track on Nightmare. and it's well long. It's got the sickest solo in it ever.
Is it?
It's like classic Events Unfold, where it's like an epic journey, because they write music like they're writing a story, don't they?
Yeah.
And there's like different levels to it. That's why I buzz off Event Unfold. And people are like, man, they're well cheesy, but I love them.
What was that one bass little running? Is it on Beast and Hoyle? It's like dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
When I first heard that, it was when I first started playing bass, and I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. Because like being into like metal and stuff, like because I was heavily into like Linkin Park stuff, there's never really any like cool like bass runs or anything. But then when I first heard that, I was like, bass can be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the second one maybe like that's got to be a Deftones song.
Oh mate, go on.
Maybe Rosemary, which is on like the album that I can't pronounce because it's Japanese. It's got a Japanese name.
Oh, which one's that?
No idea.
It's like green, orange, and black. And it's got like weird lights on it, and it's called like Koi Noi. Something. I'll butcher it. I don't want to say it on the podcast.
Edgy. Something edgy.
But like, I love that album of Deftones because it's underrated. It's got the sickest guitar tones ever.
Yeah.
And like, I think people just overlook that album.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of albums from Deftones that people overlook. Like, I'm a massive fan of Around the Fur, but everyone is.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Around the Fur, but I like that. Was it called Control Alt Delete? That was a little bit later on, with the one with the owl on the front of it. Is that what it's called? That was a really good album. But Around the Fur for me, I just can't get over how good that album is. Like every time I listen to it, I think Around the Fur has got my favorite drumming production ever. And I don't know why, everything just sounds super tinny, but I just think it sounds mad. That's
I think one that might shock everyone is it'd have to be a Nelly Furtado song on there.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Like Nelly Furtado's like my fucking secret. It's not much of a secret because in the barbershop, it's like it's a thing now where we get to like a Thursday night and like we've been in there super long, so music's been fucking played, like, and everyone's like don't know what to put on.
Yeah.
I just put Nelly Furtado on, man. I buzz off Nelly Furtado.
That's sick. I've never heard you speak about Nelly Furtado before.
You have to choose a song though for the question.
Nelly Furtado. Do you know? That's kind of like me with Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Curveball. You wouldn't expect it.
But I love Bruno Mars. Like,
I remember when 24 Karat Magic came out and you were buzzing your lips.
Mate, I listened to that album for absolute time. Like, I still bang it on to this day, and it's just good fun. Like, I love it. It's well good.
So Say It Right by Nelly Furtado. That would be on there.
What? Give us chorus.
No, definitely not. I'm the worst singer ever.
Cool.
Give us a chorus or you're getting shot.
Oh, right. So I'm gonna do a little snide video right here, and I'm gonna add it into the podcast.
Put it up, Lou.
Louis, show us what you're dealing with today. This motherfucker just come packing with the Glock, man. He's just chilling. Fucking like bloody Joe shot me in foot with it just a couple of minutes ago. Like, Jesus Christ, I thought I'd decapitated. No, it wasn't that bad actually.
A gas-powered BB gun.
Yeah.
Aspid just waving it around, thinking he knows.
And he Buzzy's fucking
the fucking safety was off. I was on. All right. Like,
he
I don't
was
know
clicking all the buttons on the gun, man. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's just pointing it willy-nilly. And he pressed the safety, and it shot Leo in the foot.
Oh mate, it was a bit of a madly if you ask me.
He came bouncing back at me. I thought I was gonna get hit in the eye or something.
Yeah, it probably did more damage to you than it did me.
I'm trying to make him
miss me though.
I wanted him to shoot me, but they wouldn't do it.
No, we're gonna do it.
We'll do it.
We're gonna do it. Yeah, we'll do it. End of podcast. We'll add it in as a slide clip. I think stick around till the end of the episode where we shoot Scott Jenno with
60,000 likes and we'll shoot Scott in the head.
60,000.
60,000. How many people hate you?
Bro, a lot of people.
So we've got the Save Me by Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
We've got fucking that one track from Deftones, and then we've got I don't want to say it either, and then Nelly Furtado as well. What else have we got?
I'd say recently, like listening to rap. Ramirez. I don't know if you've heard the album. No. Mate, it is so good.
Who's it by?
He's called Ramirez.
Oh, is it an eponymous?
Yeah, so he's on like is it what's the record label called that Suicide Boys do?
G59.
He's on G59.
Right, I see.
And basically I think it just come on Spotify one day, and I was like, this is well groovy and like proper West Coast vibes, and it turns out the dude that produced the album is called Rocky.
Right. ASAP Rocky.
Nah, just Rocky, like ROCCI. And like he makes instrumentals for rappers, but they're just so good.
Yeah.
That like I think he's produced an album for Lana Del Rey.
Mad.
and produced an album for Ramirez, which is like just
Like
weird.
polar opposites.
Yeah,
right?
polar opposite.
Scrim did that a lot though, like touching on Suicide Boys a little bit there, because obviously he has his producer tag Bud Dwyer, which is obviously like if you don't know who Bud Dwyer is, like don't YouTube that shit. Do you know who he is, Bud Dwyer?
I don't know who he is now.
I know.
So
the name,
it was
know.
a politician, right, in America, and he was being in trouble for like some shit that I'm not really too sure about. I'm sure I've showed you the video. And on live TV, he was doing a speech and he pulls out a Glock, fucking shoots himself on live TV. You can watch it, and it's like I remember like being like 15, like getting into Suicide Boys, and was like, what the fuck's Bud Dwyer? And then like I like searched it on YouTube and it came up, and like seeing it is like
I'm weird
horrible.
though. I kind of like stuff like that, but as I've grown up, I watch videos like that. It kind of makes me feel.
Oh
a bit
mate,
sick.
It's intriguing, but it's fucking awful at the
We're
same
from
time.
that generation though that's seen everything on the internet.
Exactly,
Oh,
yeah.
We've,
But
we've seen the most gruesome stuff.
We're probably like so desensitized to shit that
absolutely,
send people
yeah.
west for
100%,
like
but
months.
I've never seen anything like this. Like honestly, the way I don't even know how to explain it to you. Just the way his head pops.
I'm picturing the Joker at the minute where he's sat.
Where he shoots him on the film. No, mate, worse than that.
Yeah.
Worse than that. It's honestly, minging, mate. I wouldn't even put it in the description. I'm not doing anything like that. If you want to go and watch it, go and watch it. But like, it's absolutely disgusting.
How did you discover Suicide Boys?
How did I discover
Because
Suicide
my
Boys?
story's like funny how I discovered Suicide
Oh,
Boys.
mine's a bit mundane, really.
Yeah.
I just recently started getting into like that sort of music. I remember getting into Ghostman. Like I remember hearing it and being like, I think was it Ghostman Fest? I can't remember. But then I was just searching. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, just messing about on YouTube
Classic
and
Leo
stuff. Classic Leo tackle. And I came across. I hung myself for the persona. Now I'm not up to my neck in office, but it was the music video. And I put it on and I was like, this is weird, but...
It's super weird, isn't it?
It's weird, but the way that the music video was, I just was like entranced by it. I thought, this is really fucking sick. Like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I'd never heard anything like that in my life either. And the way that like it comes in like with the police car bit and then goes into Scrim's part where it's like really like dark and edgy and like I love that sort of shit. Like that's my favourite sort of music, like dark and horrible and shit. And I remember hearing that and was like, this is madness. And like, it was that bit that, you know, when it cuts out the music and it's like, ha 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 ha. That was when I was like, I fucking love these guys.
They're like a bridge between like what we would probably listen to when we were younger, which is like metal, hardcore, and they're super dark, but then it's just rap music.
Yeah.
So it's like a bridge, isn't it?
Yeah,
between the
100%.
two.
But then from Suicide Boys, you get like Denzel Curry, who's my favourite rapper of all time. You get Ghostman, who's disgusting. Then you get into Skylord and you get into all that sort of stuff, and you realise that there's so many similarities to metal in rap these days. But I like you were saying the other day, you was like, oh, J. Cole's dropped some new music. Like I don't mind J. Cole, but you was like, I really like it, but I don't know if you like it because it's not dark enough for you.
I knew straight away it wouldn't be like.
Yeah, it was okay, but I was just like, I want to listen to the darkest, heaviest shit I can possibly find. Like that's my sort of shit.
I don't listen to an awful lot of rap, but when I do, I prefer like instead of it being super aggressive, I prefer like there's just vibes. Like you can just be driving late at night for hours for no fucking reason, just wait on, just chilling.
You like dark though, or you like happy?
No,
I don't know
not
how to
really.
explain
Not much of an opinion on that side of things. Just as long as like the beats just chilling, they can speak about whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
But as long as the beat's chilling and I can just vibe, I'm like, yeah, this is sound.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There are artists I like that. Like Desperry is a grand example of it. Like he's dead chilled and I like it, but it's got to be something special for me to like it. I can listen to heavy shit all day long and it could be like mediocre, but I just like it because as soon as it gets to like a breakdown or like on obviously Suicide Boys, and it's just discussed because they're like minute tracks. It's basically just a breakdown we rapping over. Yeah. Like I love that shit. That's my favorite.
I discovered Suicide Boys. I'd left work on a Saturday night, and this was my usual routine when I was with a girl that lived in Manchester. And so on Saturday nights, I'd leave work, go to Manchester, eat food on my own in town until she finished work because she finished like late, and then we was walking back to where she lived, which was like down Kerry Mile. We used to walk from the centre.
Yeah. And
we walked past the Ritz. And I was just looking at the people queuing up, and I was like, what are they going to listen to? Because it was a mixture of like proper goth wear, but like someone had spunked some fucking hype beast shit all over. It was just goths wearing Supreme, and I was like, what are they going to listen to? Like, I'm well intrigued. And then I got back and I put and like Googled it, like who's playing Ritz tonight. It was Suicide Boys. I was like, when I watched, I think it might have been Paris, and I was like, this is mint. Like, I wish I were there.
Yeah, I think that's the reason I clicked on Suicide Boys though, because obviously you see Suicide Boys and you think this shit's gonna be heavy as fuck, and then it's like something else, like, and because they've got like so many songs, and I think that's one of the main things that like stood out to me about them lads is their fucking work ethic. They've got so many tracks,
like 4 EPs a year.
Yeah, they are not
not
too much anymore, but like back in the SoundCloud days, you could. Oh mate, the discography is disgusting, and I still haven't listened to it all the way through. Like, but my rap playlist has about 1,000 songs in it, and I reckon about a fifth of that Suicide Boys, 100%. But yeah, they're so good, like absolutely disgustingly good. Touching on that because that's an interesting sentiment. I've got tickets to go see Poppy, right?
Okay.
And it's not been rearranged yet. But my thing that I'm really excited to go and see her for is, other than she's been one of my favourite artists, is who's going to be there.
Who the fuck's going to be
there?
Because
what's the demographic?
What is the demographic to that
I
shit?
reckon the demographic could be similar to baby metal.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know what the
I've seen Baby
demographic.
Metal.
Have you?
And I think
wait, what? Why the fuck have you seen Baby
Leeds
Metal?
Festival.
Oh right, okay.
Like the amount of bands that I've seen, like I used to keep a list on my phone, and I still have it now, but it's not been updated for years. So it's like super long of all the bands that I've seen. But that's just from going to festivals.
Yeah.
But on that day of Leeds Festival, you could tell who bought the day tickets because they were all there to see Baby Metal, and it was like weird, overweight 50-year-old dudes.
That's what I'm expecting, actually.
Yeah, just creepy dude, especially because it's like
it out at Leeds.
Poppy's purely internet grown, nothing else. Like, and she was like a pretty, like, she was nice to look at, and like she was fucking
bizarre.
Yeah, bizarre as fuck. But like, yeah, I feel like it's some weird 50-year-old dudes and Leo.
Yeah,
because I ain't going to see Poppy.
I love Poppy.
It's gonna be a mix of like Scott said, fucking 50-year-old dudes, and then it'll be like 12-year-old girls that are there purely for
and then
like,
me and Elodie
that she used to release.
And then me and Elodie. She don't play it anymore.
Well, they don't know that.
It'll be like half 50-year-old weird dudes, and then the other half will be like, what's that dude called? Is he called Youngblood?
Yeah.
I like Youngblood.
His demographic, yeah.
Do you know
and then just Leo sat in the middle, like
starting pits on my own? Did you
throwing hands with some fucking middle-aged
what? I'm just me at middle of the fucking room screaming "Wall of Death." Did you know she's engaged to Ghostman?
Shit.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah. Poppy and Ghostman are engaged.
British?
Nah, she's not.
I thought she was like Belle Delphine.
Oh, fucking!
Everyone thought she was American when she's British, and she comes up on every single podcast. So I thought I'd mention it.
No, we spoke about her last week. I was on about her bathwater last. Oh yeah, you obviously.
I've got her bathwater.
Fuck off!
Nah, I'm joking.
I wouldn't. The thing is, I wouldn't put it past you.
No, neither would I. You just fucking buy it for the joke.
And just buy it.
Yeah,
now them things a joke in the barbershop, right? So you mention Belle Delphine, and people go, "I don't know who she is." And then everyone, like me and Josh, will start laughing and go, "Fuck off!" And they always go, "Yeah, I'm joking." I know who she is." Everyone knows who she is. They don't want to admit it, but everyone knows who she is.
Yeah, fucking Luke asked us last week if you would, and then we cut it off, and then later he was asking, "Would you drive a car if she give it you?" I was like, "Nah, you were definitely asking if we would."
Of course he would.
You just spent the past 10 minutes thinking of a way to get around.
Yeah,
I know
trying to dodge it.
Fucking hell, he's a special lad, don't he?
He is.
Special lad. So obviously we've got the first half of this podcast, and we'll maybe speak about a little bit more about like barbering and stuff on the second half. I want to touch on Seasons because I was always quite interested by your band. I remember being 13, 14, and I don't know if you ever clocked it, but walking past like Trickies and stuff, and you was like Season stickers everywhere.
Yeah, I did see them, but I didn't have a fucking clue what they were.
Neither did I, but I was always like, they look like a heavy band, like obviously getting into it myself. And then I was getting my haircut from you at the barbershop, and you had a sticker on it. I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing them about. And then obviously,
I think I remember you asking me like, what is that sticker, man? I see it everywhere. I'm like, oh, it's just a band that I was in.
Yeah, and I was blown away because your band Seasons actually used to practice in this building.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm like, I've come back home today.
Yeah.
So like, I think they were sat outside in the car park when they got here, and I rang Leo to ask if he was here, and I was already in the building, and he was like, how the fuck have you got in, man? I was like, you're forgetting, man. This is like
My
I
home.
spent-
Stomping
I've
grounds.
spent years in this fucking
My-
horrible
yeah.
setting, man.
It's absolutely disgusting, but we love it. We love it here. Like
Ah, it's beautiful.
it is, but it is shit as
It's
well,
got
isn't it? Yeah.
Character.
It's got character. Aye. What's your favourite memory from this building?
Oh man. Apart from just thoroughly enjoying band practice because it was always buzzing, I think my favourite memories from this building are packing the stuff up to go and play shows.
Really, I hate that. I hate it.
I love it because I was always dead excited. Or just like going out in Aki and coming back here at night when all the fucking bars have closed.
I bet you had some messy fucking like post sessions like here.
Only a couple. But like, yeah, like our bassist, I'm not gonna name him. He's a dirty man. A lot of girls have been in that room purely because of him.
Yeah, mate. If you come in this building and you're not leaving with tetanus or Hep B, like you've not done it right. You've not done it right.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
It's a bit mings, but we move, don't we?
We move.
We move.
You do what you do, man. It's cheap and it's a big ass. Imagine this like space in the centre of Manchester or London.
Isn't
You'd
it
be paying
applause?
£1,000.
Yeah.
It would probably cost you like 50 grand a year to rent it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so expensive. We are very fortunate to have it. It's just a shame it's riddled with rats, really.
Yeah,
But to be fair, in Manchester, it's probably riddled with even more rats.
yeah.
To be fair,
Just
so.
classic rundown
Spice
northern
rats.
industrial estate.
Yeah, it is. To be fair. Yeah, you're just chilling with that gun just in case a rat comes. Bah, bah. Fucking did now.
give it to Papoose, just took it on
Yeah.
the G-Ross, man.
Mate, fucking too right. Fucking too right.
So that'd be probably my like.
Yeah.
Just get like packing up and going to gigs. Man.
Yeah.
Like, I used to love the vibes because everyone was buzzing.
Yeah,
And
I
I'd
feel-
always drink beers because I didn't drive and I still don't drive.
Yeah.
So I just got pissed all the time.
That's a dream, mate. We always get Nick to drive on purpose so I can have a drink. Don't tell. I hope he's not watching
massive
this.
Fucking Jeep.
Yeah, I've got a massive fucking Jeep as well. It's really easy, like, but we do enjoy it here. It just is it's like proper books, like. Outside of the room, then, favorite
Outside
memory
the room.
from seasons,
Um,
or the maddest story you've got, because there's one I know that you've got, and I kind of want you to tell it.
If you can
Okay.
squeeze it into 5 minutes.
When you got, it's like 3 minutes.
I've probably got like 2 stories. They're both for gigs in Manchester.
I want to know about the one where you got. Well, I already know, but you might not, and obviously the people at home don't. I want to hear about the time when you got bored
From the zombie show.
from the zombie shack.
That was probably like the busiest gig we ever did as well, because whoever the headline band was, I think I listened to them on the way there, and I was like, that is not for me. But they had a following,
Yeah,
so it was like 100 and odd people, maybe more, in Zombie Shack, which is full. It's a tiny venue,
Yeah.
and like the first band go on, and the stage is mega tiny, and they like crammed on it, and they looked all awkward, and I was like, fuck that. So when we went on, we like pushed the crowd back, and I set up on the floor. And Sam set up on the floor as well, and we just left the drummer on the stage.
yeah.
So we had like a bigger stage, and we just got wireless packs, and like it
Fucking
went
dream.
off at that gig. So it was everyone was like, because the band that was headlining, they were proper heavy. So the people that were there to throw down, like everyone. So I was just in the pit with my guitar, just smashing it, and like I jumped on to get back to the stage. I jumped on like. I went round the back, jumped on this fucking, I thought it was a table just to get through, and the sound dude had left his pine on the fucking top of the desk, and I kicked it, man, and it dropped. I don't know whether I fucking broke anything, I probably didn't, but as soon as we finished our set, they were like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, it's fucking
Just for
shit.
spilling a pint.
That's so shit.
Yeah, we shouldn't have put it there.
Yeah, when we.
Why would you leave a pint next to a stage
Yeah,
with a
it's-
bunch of electrical
It's
equipment?
a bit fucking stupid, isn't it? Really.
That's 0 IQ.
When we played Electric Church, I also had a wireless pack and I was in the crowd quite a lot, and it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much fun. But I'd left my pint next to Nick's MacBook, and at the time we didn't have our SPDSX, so we was using Nick's MacBook for like
Yeah.
the interludes and shit. And we had a stage invasion at the end of the gig, right? And they literally just everyone ran on stage, kicked my pint over
I think I've
Nick's
seen
MacBook.
a video of it,
Yeah, fucking mad. And then somebody trampled over Bailey's GoPro as well, broke that. It was fuck, mate. Nick had to buy a new MacBook and everything.
Did he? Shit.
Absolutely fuck minute. But that's pretty quality. Do you reckon if you went back to Zombie Shack now, they'd let you in?
Yeah, they never know who you are.
But-
I was barred from the attic.
Would you? Oh, is this a fucking... Are we cutting? Quick, we're going to go to ad break now. Sorry, bye. Hello and welcome to the ad break section of the video. Today we are not sponsored, but sponsored by Northwest Barber Co. in Clitheroe, formerly Accrington. If you want to come for some sick trims in the Northwest, don't go anywhere further than Northwest Barber Co. because you can get your haircut off Scott.
Best advert ever.
Hello, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed
Back
that little
again.
bit of an ad break. We're back again, no chilling and that. So, we're going to open the second beer of the week, which is Faith and Futures this week because it's a lovely
Big
beer.
up Tesco.
And Joe fucking forgot his beer of the week.
Right.
Prick.
I'm just going to drink this entire thing.
Yeah, that's fine. So, Lewis, while I'm cracking open these and putting them in our 2 Tap Select glasses and Northern Up one, because again, don't have enough Tap Select glasses, but we are sponsored by Tap Select. Do you want to come and do Spanish Lingo of the week?
We're sponsored, but we don't have enough
Great
glasses.
Carly, everyone. Great Carly. So, Lewis, what is your Spanish lingo of the week, my friend?
So the special Spanish lingo this week is "Quiero que me dispares."
What does that mean?
It means I want you to shoot me. Because for some reason Scott wants to get a shot today. So
Yeah, man's going to get shot after we finish filming this off, and then we're going to clip it at the end. So, again, if you want to stick around and see Scott get shot,
he's gonna
shot
get
a
the
man.
fattest bruise ever. Right.
Do you know what, Lewis? It's the third time you've been on. I know you're very nervous when you come on, but that's the most confident you've sounded. I'm really proud of
It's
you.
because he actually knew
really
about
proud of you.
he knew what he wanted to say before he came
Yeah,
on.
I
Like
came
every other
prepared
time,
this week.
he
Yeah.
knows that we're gonna ask him, but he just
Yeah.
doesn't know
Yeah.
what he's
no,
gonna
'cause
say.
I always
And-
forget, and I get here. I'm like, shit, what am I saying here?
He
now?
sits there for 5 minutes going, "What the fuck do I actually say here, man?"
Trying
Yeah.
to remember how to talk Spanish and that, you know.
Yeah. So, can I have that one more time, please?
Quiero que me dispares.
Como en Spanish.
Yeah, there we go,
Spanish.
bro. Quiero que me dispares.
And I'm going to ask you the question this week. Déjame bunde ondero en tu cono.
No, honestly, that's gonna get clipped out, you know.
Yeah, it's not. It's
It's
not.
very inappropriate.
But, see, yes, that's the best answer we've had so far. Great call, everyone.
Hey,
And I still didn't get time to.
Muchas gracias.
You want a glass, by the way?
No, I'll fucking drink it out of can.
Easy. Cool. So, we've not touched on barbering yet, and obviously, you're one of the up and coming best barbers, obviously in the UK.
Mate, that's the only
You're
reason that I'm on this podcast.
Yeah,
just
pretty
'cause I
much.
cut,
And you've got a really nice sponsor by Tesco, haven't you?
yeah, wet look. Tesco's
Tesco
wet
wet
look
look.
gel. I made a little because the shop's uppercut ambassador shop. One day it was quiet in the shop, and I thought, because they make these like product adverts, and they're always the same, and they have this music in the background, and I was like, I could do a shitty version of one of those. So I went to Tesco and bought some wet look gel. It cost like 50p, the blue stuff, and I made this like 10-second uppercut deluxe advert-esque of wet look gel, and I ended up with a full tub of wet look gel in my ear, and my scalp was the itchiest thing ever,
That's
man.
so funny.
How do people
That's
used to
peak.
use that?
that was me before I went to the year 6 school disco.
With your
Yeah,
flame
man.
shirt on.
Getting the spiders going.
Can I clip the video?
Yeah,
Yeah, put it on.
I'll find it and send it to you.
So I'm gonna clip the video now so you can check it.
We should have used that for the advert.
Anyway, we're back now. We shouldn't have used that for the advert because the advert's sick this week.
Yeah,
And
true.
you know, Chris and Josh have got dead trims.
Josh is bold.
No, I'm saying they do dead trims. They don't do
Oh.
dead trims. That's disrespectful. They don't. No, he does my hair, Chris. Innit? He's
Josh
a
does
lovely
mine.
Guy. Yeah. Yours is dead.
Yeah, so I've got an hat on.
But yeah, so obviously barbering, massive, and obviously we've seen some mad hairstyles in the past year and a half due to lockdown.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you what your most favourite lockdown trim was, like trend, and what
Yeah.
your least favourite was.
So I'd probably say like people that just left their hair to grow was the best, because it's literally a blank canvas. Like, it doesn't get any more blank than having all the hair, and then they're the best haircuts you can do. Like, that's the best haircut that person's gonna get, because you can literally cut every single hair on that head perfectly, and the hair's gonna sit right. But like, when someone gets their haircut every 2 weeks, you're constantly working against yourself, trying to get it.
I feel personally attacked.
No,
I
as in,
looked
like,
at you.
it's good to get your haircut every 2 weeks, and
It pays your bills.
You're never gonna notice a difference. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, having that like long hair as a blank canvas. And then the worst ones are people that shave their heads, man, because they just come in and get back inside.
They just
At Ryan
bicked
Dunn.
your head. Absolutely bicked your head during
Sit there,
lockdown.
back and sides. I'm like buzzing.
Easy 20 quid.
The amount of lads I've seen recently, like people that I've known previously, who've just got bicked heads now, just because they've got used to that buzz cut in lockdown. Now it's just constant, like they've just bicked their head.
Yeah,
Like instantly, Ryan Gargan, Jack Foley, and Jack Briggs all did it. Like,
Yeah, they did.
Jack
I
Briggs
didn't do
looked
it.
terrifying with a fucking big head.
I didn't do it. I literally went in both times after both lockdowns with full afro. It was madness. I kind of liked it though.
No, mine grew out and I looked like a fucking rejected member from the Beatles.
Not at the second lockdown because
No, not the second one wasn't so bad.
I remember seeing you, Aspidge, at the door when you came for your first haircut after you'd grown it, and I didn't recognise you.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this boy at?
It started popping up on memories, like pictures that I'd taken during lockdown with Katie and that, and my hair's just terrifying. Like the second one, like I said, wasn't so bad because Katie's brother were doing, like when college opened for a bit, he went back and started doing a barbering course. So I was just getting fucking haircut off him when I fancied it.
I slyly looked like Napoleon Dynamite with a shit beard going on.
Bad luck, man.
No, it wasn't bad luck, mate. I was Linda, eat you fat cow.
You just need to walk around Northern Quarter, bro. There's burn Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
knocking
to be
about.
fair. I'll throw up a picture on screen of me of Napoleon
just throw all
Dynamite.
our lockdown trims up.
Yeah, I'll do just for mine. I'm gonna do Napoleon Dynamite, and then I'll put me, you, and Lewis. Do you want to join in? Yeah, so I'll put a picture of our lockdown trims on. Stop clocking that gun, you bell end.
Yeah, so like in lockdown, I'd wake up to messages every single day. People like, any chance of a cheeky trim, man? But like, I didn't mind people asking, but it was the people that have never been to the shop, have never had their hair cut by me. They just know I'm a barber.
Just literally send you a barber and just trying to
me,
look.
And some people would be like, yo, would you reckon you cut my hair today for 15 quid? I'm like, bro, I won't cut your hair in the shop for 15 quid. That's cheeky. I'm not about to do it. Like,
This is really like a quite random question, but or maybe not, maybe random so much. But has there been a depreciation in people coming to the shop since post lockdown? Maybe not so much because of COVID, but more because they've thought, "Fuck it, I can do it myself," sort of thing.
Or they've just got used to that sort of like longer hairstyle.
yeah. So I know that some people haven't come back, but like those, you kind of knew who wasn't gonna come back. Like they were maybe like, they were getting like proper thin on the top, and like in lockdown they've just shaved their head and gone, this is how it's supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
And then there's the other end where when we first opened the bookings again, people booked in like a bunch of appointments because they were so excited to come back to get their haircut. And then it come to their next haircut after they had the first one, and they've gone, my hair's not that long, because they're so used to their hair being so long that now that every 2 or 3 weeks is like almost rare. Obviously, you still get people like Aspidge, who comes every 2 weeks, regardless of what is happening. You have a bunch of them people. And I'm kind of glad in my chair, because being the newest at the barbershop, being the youngest at the barbershop, I kind of attract a younger clientele.
Yeah.
Because I think they just have more in common with me.
Well, you've got that more of a modern sort of style anyway. Because I know Chris is quite an old school like
Chris
style
is
barbering.
like, he loves traditional haircuts. Josh is just a mix of the two. Like, Josh is so good. He can just blend between the two. Like, his modern haircuts are amazing. His traditional haircuts are amazing. I don't get to do too many traditional haircuts.
Yours are always quite modern.
They're always quite modern.
You've got that one lad that comes in like every 5 days, don't you?
Oh, man, yeah. He used
comes
to be like every single week.
Yeah, he comes in all the time. But I've always wanted to ask you this. He has a sly like slit in his eyebrow there. Do you do that for him?
Yeah, well, I'll do like, we used to line up the eyebrow and the slit on the side of his head, so it looked like one continuous line that went through the eyebrow and through the hair. I enjoy doing stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks sick though as well. Like I can guarantee, like at least once every 2 weeks, he pops up on your Insta, and I feel like that's a fucking good trim. That, to be fair, you've mastered that, mate. Like it always looks phenomenal. Like it always looks phenomenal.
Mate, that's the hardest bit of barbering. Like, obviously you've got to get good.
Get good.
And like, you're so nervous when you first start cutting hair, and then when you get to a point where you're happy with your haircuts, you're constantly just going to get better and better anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
But like, being consistent is the hardest thing ever. It's like being a football player. Sometimes you're on form. Some weeks you might be off form, like, and you're doing haircuts and you're not happy with them. Your client never knows, because to them, You do the same job every time.
Yeah.
But like, the barber inside your head is like, man, that could have been better.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's up with me this week?
Yeah.
I remember, like when you just first started, I'd come and got my hair cut off you, like just because I thought,
Which I well appreciate.
help the boys out, and I always thought like my hair's quite challenging because it's so thick, but obviously it's dead curly as well, so it's always going to be challenging. And Chris always says that. He's always like, your hair is always fun to cut. Like, once I've got used to it, it's always fun to cut your hair. And like, I remember I did that, and then like, if Chris isn't in, I'll come to you and get my hair cut. And like the progression, like not even. So obviously, a lot of progression is to do with like the standard of where it's come from to where it is now. But like, just you as like being stood there behind like the barber chair. I remember you were shitting yourself that first time.
Even just like, well, barbering's completely changed me because pre-barbering, I was never socially awkward because in a group I've always been that dude that's like the most talkative, the one that's gonna have a laugh the most, the one that can take a joke the most. But like when it comes to social situations on my own, like going to the shop. Or like, I'd never go for a pint on my own pre-barbering.
Yeah.
Because it would scare the shit out of me. And now, like, completely changed. And like, I absolutely love it. I chat shit all day.
Yeah.
I just chat shit for a living, basically.
Yeah.
Make people laugh. And then like, it's transitioned into normal life as well. Because I'll happily like go for some food on my own. I'll go to pub on my own, have a pint.
Yeah, and you typically find one of us there as well.
Yeah, and
Most
I'll
likely.
chat to anyone.
Yeah.
So it's properly helping.
Yeah. I feel the same about dentistry. Like I remember, like when I first started in dentistry, and I was so nervous, and I couldn't say hello to anyone. Like even like back when I remember first getting my hair cut at Northwest Barbercore and met Chris for the first time, I'm shitting myself, absolutely shitting myself.
Going to a new barbershop's weird.
Yeah. Well, I've been at Northwest now for 5 years. So it's like home to me, like in a sense.
It's a clubhouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at the same time, having that clubhouse vibe for a new person to step into the room that's never been before, I can imagine it's quite intimidating. But like that sounds bad. But as soon as they get comfortable, then it's like good vibes.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
like, I had a new dude in the other day, and I kind of like, if I've got a new person in, I'll like weigh them up. Like when they're in the room, I'll look what they're wearing. I'll see if they've got any like jewelry on, or I'll sit them down and we have a consultation. Which usually, like, if you're new to a shop, they should talk to you for like 5 minutes, and I'll chat shit. But all I'm looking for is like stuff in your hair. So like maybe like a scalp infection, as grim as that sounds. I'm making sure you're clean. And then I'm making sure that I know I'm going to cut your hair. And then we get to the haircut, if you're new. And this guy came in the other day, and I noticed this necklace he was wearing. And I clocked it before he sat in my chair. Gowned him up. He was super nervous. And then, like, I made him feel comfortable straight away. And then I brought the necklace up, and I told him that I knew what the necklace was. And that was it. Boom. He didn't shut up for the entire haircut.
What was the necklace?
It was like a Dungeons and Dragons, like dice, I think.
That's fucking sick.
But I clocked it,
and
I was like, this dude's well nervous. I brought it up, and then he was like super comfortable. He's like, oh, what, you play Dungeons and Dragons? I was like, I don't play it, but I watch my mates play it, and that's it. It like clicked a switch in his head, and he just ran with it, and he didn't shut up the entire hair.
As soon as you find like a common ground with somebody straight away, it just makes them feel a lot more relaxed and like less tense.
Yeah, and I tend to find that that's the best way to get through to people at dentists,
100%.
especially.
Like even at my place, we had a new lad in the warehouse, and he was just like proper shy and weren't really saying much because there's 20 people kicking about in that warehouse like pre-COVID. And like obviously they've all been there for years, so they're all getting on and chatting absolute like inside banter and whatever.
I know that vibe because I worked in the warehouse like 5
years.
Yeah, so.
But and he weren't speaking to anyone. But I clocked he had a Bring Me Horizon shirt on, and I was like, finally we got a lad in here with some decent fucking music taste. And he just like opened up a little bit more straight away and just
buzzing.
Instantly more talkative.
I'm all for that, I hate that because coming from a person, being me as a person like super introverted, I find it really difficult to speak to people in the first place. And like I'm all for trying to include people and make them feel like they belong in a place. Because I remember like obviously when I started dentistry and it's full of girls and it's really not my scene. Like, and
is it mostly like female dominated dentistry?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I never really noticed.
A lot of nurses are female, and you've got to learn to get sort of become that, become a different person. But it was always so difficult. So I'm always for like trying to include people and trying to like bring them in. And like for myself, I feel like I've quite not maybe the best knowledge, but I have quite a vast knowledge of little things, and I can find a connection with somebody in one way or another.
Yeah, in
And,
anything. Like, I'll find
like
it.
Dungeons and Dragons, like for yourself,
I don't
like
play
you
it.
don't play it, but you know briefly.
I know briefly about it, and my mates play it, and I watch them play it sometimes on
Yeah,
Friday
exactly.
night, so-
But you just saying that you know it makes someone feel so much better, and I'm all for it. Like I want people to feel included, and I want people to feel like they can speak. Like it's not worse than
that dude. Therefore, took one look at me and was like, "This guy knows nothing about Dungeons and Dragons,"
yeah.
and then shocked him.
Yeah.
And that was it.
My favorite is speaking about Pokemon and like speaking about like Harry Potter and all that sort of stuff, because it makes people just be like, this guy's not a bellend, because
Yeah.
I can come across as a bellend.
You like
sometimes.
nerd shit.
Yeah, I like nerdy shit. And I really like that. Like I just like people to feel good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mate, I was into Pokemon when I was younger, but recently I've watched hours of videos of people opening Pokemon cards.
Yeah, mate, it's the best.
we just
I
spoke
was
about
on
this
it.
last week.
Yeah,
Didn't
no,
Yeah.
first week it was.
Oh, yeah, first week.
It was the
right,
first week.
yeah,
I remember
yeah.
listening to it.
I love Pokemon. It's literally like, I don't know what it is about it. I think it's maybe 60% nostalgia,
Yeah, it
but
definitely is.
it just means so much to me. Like, and it's like wrestling. Like, obviously you like Pokemon, but because I'm that heavily into it, it's hard to find, like same with wrestling, it's hard to
Yeah.
find people that are into it as much as me. That's
Even
what-
like openly into it, because some people
Yeah.
would be like, they buzz off wrestling, but they never talk
It's like
about
a
it.
it's like
Yeah,
a guilty
that's
pleasure,
me.
isn't it?
Like
Especially
listening-
when you get a bit older.
like
It's-
listening to Eminem.
Yeah.
You might enjoy Eminem. You're not going to tell
Yeah.
everyone you love
Yeah,
Eminem.
exactly. Yeah, I feel that. I don't like Eminem. Don't like it, but it's nice to feel like you're part of a community. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, and I've never found that with wrestling. Like, and it's really sad because I watch it all the time, and I've never had that connection with anyone to be like, "Oh, you like wrestling? We can chat about it." I never had
There's
that.
so many people that come in the shop that like wrestling.
Do they?
I'll set up a wrestling group chat.
Yeah,
for you
please
all.
do, because I watch it and I feel so on my own. It's really sad, but yeah, Pete the Jigglypuff socks. You know, we do Pokemon all day, and the Gengar phone case. I don't miss. I love Pokemon. So obviously we spoke about barber in there. That's fine. I'm going to throw up a couple of pictures of your haircuts.
Yeah, cool.
I know. Obviously, you've got a massive clientele, and people love the shop, and it's probably one of the most popular ones. If not the UK, definitely the Northwest. Amazing
You'd be
shop.
surprised.
Yeah, but from what I can see, like the
Yeah.
barbershop looks class. You play class music. You always feel welcome there.
It's
I
definitely
love.
different.
It's the
Yeah,
emo
and
barber shop.
I love coming there, and not just saying it because you're here. Like, genuinely one of my favorite places to come,
Yeah, yeah.
and it makes my day when I come. And your stream's obviously phenomenal, mate, and like you've come such a long way, and
Yeah,
like,
thank
it's
you.
nice to see,
Appreciate
and they look amazing. So I'm gonna throw up a couple of screenshots on screen.
Link in the description for his Instagram.
Link in
and that.
description for the Instagram, and if you do need your hair cutting, get on with Scott. You
Chuck
can
the
book it
reserve
online.
link in
Yeah,
there or
you can
something.
get on northwestbarbercore.reserva.com. That's the right one, isn't it?
Yeah, mate,
Something like-
you know more than me.
something like that.
I don't
But,
book any appointments.
I'll throw a couple of who will say, "Oh wow, look at this picture. Oh wow, that's a good cut too. Oh, this one's really cool as well. You want a haircut like this? Check the link in the description, and you can get an appointment with Scott. Probably not for like 3 weeks, but you know you can book it in advance.
Unofficial ad break.
Yeah,
Shameless self promo for Scott.
yeah, pretty much. Is the boy, mate? You've got to promote the boys. And another thing that I really want to speak to you about, because you've got Soma coming along.
Yeah.
And I'll put a link in the description for Soma as well. Like, I want to know where that is. Like, for people that obviously that probably don't know at home, Scott's been working behind the scenes with Dan.
Yeah.
Your friend Dan.
Fanny
on
Adams.
Fanny
As
Adams.
he goes by the name
Yeah.
of office,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
famous Fanny Adams.
Yeah, the famous Fanny Adams. Started a clothing line called Soma.
Yeah.
And
I only
I'm
put-
well excited for them. So obviously you can say
I
what
was
you're
gonna say,
saying.
I only clicked the other day. Is it the name taken from North Lane as like inspiration?
So kind of, yeah, but it's like Greek or some shit for body.
Is it?
Oh,
That's
is it?
pretty
Yeah.
fucking sick.
So it's cool, forward, like proper modern. Like you can do anything with 4 letters.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I want it to be.
Yeah. So what's the vision behind it? Where are we at with Soma? Because I'm dead excited.
So,
I've seen some of the prototypes. Probably maybe the handful of people that have seen it, and it
Yeah.
looks fucking phenomenal. Like as a person that loves clothing,
Yeah.
like I'm so excited to get my hands on some Soma and just like wear it and fucking tell people that
Yeah.
it's my pals. You know what I mean? Like,
So I've always been, well, I've not always been dead into fashion, but I'd say I've always worn what I wanted to wear,
yeah,
and then like take aspects from different cultures. Like I like streetwear, but I'm not gonna knock about in like a Supreme hoodie or anything like that. And then I keep it try and keep it with the music genres that I listen to. Like I've always kind of dressed like that, but always been dead into clothes. And then I was like, I want to start a clothing brand. And I know people that have clothing brands, but I didn't want to ask them, like, how do you do it? I wanted to figure it all out myself, which is why it's taken ages. And there's clothing brands that have even, like, come out recently, and they've got clothes out already. And I'm like, they're alright, but, like, with Soma, I wanted it to be clothes that I wanted to wear. And I didn't, at the beginning, like any clothing brand does nowadays, they'll order all the blanks that you can print on or embroider on. And I had like 30 fucking t-shirts in my bedroom, just blank t-shirts. And I didn't like a single one of them. I was like, fuck all these t-shirts. None of them are thick enough. None of them are boxy enough. None of them fit right. And then I said to Fanny Adams, I was like, like, I kind of bummed out. Like, I don't know what to do anymore. And then kind of stumbled across, like, you can get your own garments made in a factory. You send them the cotton, you give them the dimensions, they cut it, they sew it, and they send you a blank t-shirt. Or if you want stuff embroidered, print on it, they'll do it as well.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at now.
Are you at the point now where you've got a t-shirt back and it's like, this is the product that I want to put my vision onto, sort of thing?
We got like an embroidery back, and like, because it's taking so long with COVID and not having any money to put into it, kind of just been on hold. And now I hate the garment that we got back.
Yeah.
So I don't like that one either.
That's always going to be the thing, though. You're always going to be your own worst enemy, sort of thing.
Super fussy when it comes to clothes. I want it to be perfect. So
yeah.
It's one of them, when it's your own project, you're always going to nitpick like everything about it.
It's never going to be perfect, though. That's the thing. Like, even in relating to St. Michael, like, I have sleepless nights the night, like, a couple of nights before we release a new single. Like, it's not good enough. I hate it. It's shit. We didn't put enough time into it. We didn't promote it enough. But when it comes out, it's out. Would it ever be sort of at a point you'd just be like, it's not perfect, but let's just fucking see what happens?
I don't think it needs to be perfect. It's just, if it comes and I would wear it, I'd be happy with it.
And
I don't think that's hard to do.
No, but you're not at that point yet.
We're at a point now where we've found a factory that I want to get the clothes made in, which is very local, which is even more buzzing because then you make clothes locally.
Yeah.
It's even more special.
Yeah.
It costs a little bit more money, but money was never the reason why I did it. So I wanted to make Soma. It was like, it's going to be non-profit for a little bit. Like, all the money is just going to go straight back into Soma to make more clothes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a cut from it whatsoever.
It's more of a passion project than just like an easy turnaround on some quick
100%.
cash.
And if it carries on one day and it is making enough money to pay me a little bit, then fair enough. But that's not what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like that sentiment. Like,
I think
really
just to
cool.
see people knocking about wearing one of your
Something you've
t-shirts
made.
or something I've
100%.
made would be buzzing.
There's no better feeling than like when you see people posting on Insta that they've been listening to St. Michael. Like, it's amazing. Like, even with this, like, people, like, we've had so much feedback from the first couple of episodes, and people have been like, I like this, I don't like this, and like, that's fine. Like, but the fact that people have listened to it, because we never started this as like a thing that we want. It was like, people need
some time.
You just wanted to sit down and chill and speak.
Yeah.
Exactly. I said to Adam from Tap the other day, I said, like, I didn't start it for any other reason other than I haven't seen people for 18 months and I want a reason to speak to my friends again. Like, if you notice, like, over the next couple of weeks, like, the guests that we've got on anyone of a massive stature, like, anyone that's massively
Apart from
huge.
Chris Kenyon, he's well famous.
Oh, Chris Kenyon. Oh, did he tell you we're getting him on?
Of course he did.
Yeah, I've got a well good idea, right? So, Chris Kenyon, if you watch it, you need to be ready for it. So, I'm gonna go to Oliver, because obviously he runs Black Dog, and I have to get Guinness glasses first, and we're gonna get Guinness, and we're gonna see who can pour the best pints,
Oh, mate,
because
so
he's
sick.
fucking loves shit London
obsessed.
Guinness.
He loves Guinness.
Yeah, and he loves shit London Guinness. That fucking
The
Instagram page. Yeah.
Good
So
Instagram
that's how
page.
we're gonna start that episode. I can't fucking wait. It's been on my head like for ages. but-
Chrissy Kenyon said to me when we was out drinking the other day, he's like, "You're going on Iron Lung, aren't you?" I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm like one of the first on it," and I was super nervous. He's like, "Nah, you'll smash it." And then he told me he was going on it, and he was like, "What if, like, in a couple of episodes, like, let them get into it first, and then we'll do a joint one."
I'm up for that.
Me and Chris Kenyon.
I'm up
Yeah,
for that.
because
We'll get pissed. And we'll do it.
we were talking about, like, at one point, like, either getting all your lot on
St. Michael boys.
or getting you, Josh, and Chris in at one
Yeah.
point as
Yeah.
well.
Because the conversation would be totally different with
Yeah.
somebody else on.
I'm thinking we've got guests lined up for a while now, obviously with Chris Kenyon coming on. But once we've got through them, do you fancy doing like a late night one, and we'll just get in and we'll just get drunk and then get a taxi back? Because I'd be well up for that.
We'll get a little bit drunk and then we'll do a podcast.
I'm well bigger SD card because Lewis will be sat here for like 4 hours.
I get paid on Friday, so I'll get the terabyte. But yeah, I'm well up for that 100%. Like, I'm fucking well excited for that. Yeah. That'd be sick. So, I've got a question for you. I've got a big question.
I know which one it is.
You know which one it's going to be, don't you? So, Carhartt or no beard?
Fuck. Well, the thing is, my wardrobe's full of Carhartt. Do I have to get rid of them clothes?
You have to get rid of everything Carhartt or shave your beard.
I get rid of the Carhartt.
See, I said this.
I
said he had some sick
because
you love Carhartt.
You love Carhartt.
He has some sick Carhartt.
Do you know what? I feel really stupid because I wanted everyone to come in Carhartt today.
And I'm not wearing
it. I'm the only one wearing Carhartt underneath this.
I've got my windbreaker in my fucking bag.
Yeah, well, we'll wear it when we go outside to shoot Scott.
I'm a real life shiny today because rarely do I ever not have an item of Carhartt on. Today's the day.
Yeah, you fucking... Do you know what he said when you went outside? Went for a piss then a second ago. He went, my fucking pants are on fire. He thought his pants were on fire.
You were like, I could see smoke coming off my pants. And I just said to Leo, I was like, am I on fire, bro? I don't... It's just this room, man. Does weird stuff.
It is weird. It is weird. Right. Let's finish on a banger, mate. We've got a new segment on Iron Lung podcast. It's called Inking It with Iron Lung. Scott, you have got one of my favourite tattoos ever, and I've not seen it yet. And it's still I've never seen it, and it's still one of my favourites. Because in my head, I've got an image for it, and it's stick and pork, and it's shit, and I cannot wait for it. Scott, get your fucking toesies out. I want to Inking It with Iron Lung. Round of applause, everyone.
I'll tell you what it is first before I get it out. So there is a story behind it. I'll get into that in a minute. But like,
you've got about 5.
Oh, we got 5 minutes.
We've got like 3.
Oh, well, now I'll send it. Don't worry about it. So, I'll show you.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Man, it's so fucking booky.
What I'll do is I'll take a picture of it and then I'll snag it on the screen.
So I've got 5 + 4 = 9 tattooed on my foot, and basically, when people ask me what it means, because obviously on holiday when I got sliders on, man, people see it and that, and I just go, "Oh, it's so I don't forget my shoe size," because I'm a size 9.
Come and peep it quickly. Come and peep it.
I'm a size 9.
Can I just say, Lewis is the only person I've ever met that's passed out from having a tattoo twice.
Yeah, so I just tell people, "Oh, so I don't forget my shoe size," but it's actually a Ryan Dunn tattoo. And if anyone knows who Ryan Dunn is, man, like...
Yeah, Jackass.
Yeah, it's from Jackass. Originally from, like, the CKY videos.
Yeah.
And, like... CK fucking Y.
I was obsessed. Like, that's one of my obsessions when I was younger. And basically, me and my friend Ben Deadman, when Ryan Dunn passed, we was like, let's get Ryan Dunn tattoos. Both of us did not have any tattoos. And then I got that done, and I've not got any more tattoos. So I have a stupid... It's not stupid, it means something, but I got a tattoo on my foot.
That's fucking
Who did
sick.
the stick and poke?
It wasn't stick and poke.
Oh, wasn't it?
It was Danny Birtwistle.
No idea.
He worked with Kaz. I don't know what Kaz's studio's called, though.
Oh, mad.
Oh, well.
Right, so we're going to have to cut it here because we're coming into the episode. I'm going to say, right here, we're going to put the video of fucking Scott getting shot.
Oh, God.
Right. Welcome to the shooting range here at the fucking recording studio. Scott's opted to get shot. His own choice, by the way, dickhead. We haven't fucking said.
Me do it.
No, shoot him out. I'm not giving you that 10 quid. So this is the gun we're shooting with. So basically, Lewis is going to shoot him. So Lewis, Spanish Lingo of the Week, is now shooting. So come to the shooting range. This is Scott getting shot for the views.
Are you ready?
I'll just zoom in.
Come and Don't tell me what it felt like.
It's the sting. It's nothing bad.
Scott, you're a fucking champion, mate. You're an absolute champion. Fair fucks. Fucking, if you want to get a shot on the iLong podcast when you come on, let us know and we'll sort it
You
out.
have to try and one up me.
Yeah, oh yeah. But yeah. So this is the leaderboard, is at the top and the bottom. So Chris Kenyon, when you come on, you're getting shot, yeah. Lewis, Panda, when you come on next week, you're getting shot. Many, you're getting shot as well. Fucking, you've got to beat that reaction. I give it an 8 out of 10. Fucking round of applause for Scott, everyone.
Well done.
So, and then we're back, and I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching this week's episode of Iron Lung. Thank you for joining us. Really
No problem,
appreciate
thanks
it.
for
Do
having
we
me,
have
man.
a last word to say?
Nah.
Yeah, I'll keep it real.
Always wear your rain caught in the rain.
Always wear your rain in the cold.
Yeah. Peace.
Cause I came to say I love